Good afternoon, YouTube. Hope that you are having a great day. It's been a very busy week. This video is due last week. Apologies, we couldn't have the time. It's been very busy meeting with developers for new projects and meeting with clients to close deals. It's going great this week. And I wanted to do this video to explain about what are the steps that you need to do as a homework before buying a property. Many of my clients, they come either they are very knowledgeable, and that's great. I like a client who did all of his homework by himself. And some of my clients, they are new into the real estate market. They haven't cared about it before, and then they figured out that, okay, I want to buy a property. Let me contact a real estate agent. But it's great also to know by yourself what are the steps that you have to take care of before you buy a property. First of all, there are two kinds of property. There are off-plan and ready properties, and we will speak about them now. But there are a set of rules that you have to take care of, or set of points that you have to consider before going for any type of property. First of all, you need to set, point number one, you need to set your budget. So if it's a ready property, you can go for it cash and you can go for it as a mortgage. And if you are going as a mortgage, you need to know what's the amount of money that you are eligible to borrow from the bank. And for that, I would recommend that you go with a mortgage advisor. I have got my property through a mortgage. I went with a mortgage advisor, and I'm not getting paid any promotion, anything for mortgage finder, but they are best in the market. I have dealt with them. They are very experienced, on a very high level of experience. And I recommend my clients to deal with them, and never ever had any, let's say, bad experience with them. Never. It's always a happy experience and happy deal in the end, all going well. And successfully, the mortgage was obtained. Point number one is set your budget, understand how much you can spend on the property. Point number two, it's very essential point, is that we need to set our priorities in that property. What are our needs and what are our wants? Okay, so you need to set it up in an order of what is essential and what other priorities in the property that I can compromise on. If I found that, because there is nothing called perfect property. Nobody can tell you this, that there is a perfect property. There is a very good property that can cover, let's say, 9.5 points out of 10 points that you are considering in the property that you want to buy. Okay, so you need to have this list ready in your mind, on a paper, on a note, on an Excel, whatever you like. And then also, this is point number three. I get many clients who, they tell me that I want to buy a property, let's say in Meadows, Emaar sales. And they decided on that area directly. But when they tell me about their requirements are, let's say, rare in Meadows, for example, the area. And then when I study their requirements, I can see that there are many other areas that can cover all of their requirements almost. And they never knew about that area that I'm suggesting to them. So what I would always suggest to all my clients, we set the map of Dubai. We check first, where is your work location? We check where is your children's school, in case you have children who are going to school. What are the areas of interest that you visit frequently? Okay, and then we create we create a list of the communities. This is actually between point 3 and 4. After we look at the map, we see our areas of interest. And now we create a list of communities. Point number 4, we create a list of communities that are between 15 to 20 minutes drive from these areas of interest: business, school, friends, etc. Why I'm saying 15 to 20 minutes drive, I didn't say kilometers as a distance, because some areas might be very close in terms of the kilometers, but in terms of time, there is traffic. Whenever there is a rush hour in the morning, which is between 7:30 to around 10 o'clock in the morning, when people go to work or to school, and between 4:30 and 7:30 in the evening, you will stuck in traffic in some of these areas for around 40 minutes. While if the road is empty, in an off day or whatever, it would take you 7 minutes. So kilometers are not the unit to measure how close is this property to your areas of interest. It's actually the time that you spend traveling from your potential home into the areas of your interest. Keep that in mind always. Look at the distance by time, not by kilometers. All right, and then we need also in this list we need to create we need to check what are the prices in these communities. Because you might get a community that is covering all of these points that you like, but the price is out of your budget. Okay, or you might be able to afford something even on a higher price. Okay, then we check what are the layouts in these communities. Okay, let's say we listed 4 or 5 communities around the areas of interest. What the layouts that are there? Is it only townhouses? Is it only villas? Is it only apartments? So I need to see what is available there, so I can also summarize and filter out some of these options to reach into a short list. Okay. After I have decided on all of these factors, I need to understand what are the pros and cons there in each community. Some of them, they have a school within the community. Okay, great. Some of them, they don't have many restaurant options, for example. And I'm a person that eats out a lot, for example. So this should be also between the pros and cons, which even leads you to filter out more options. So you remain with a very few options of communities that you can focus on, put it under the microscope. Then, when we have decided on the community and the property, when we see a property there and we like a property in that community that we decided on, we have to do, if we are buying ready properties, guys, we have to do 2 viewings, not only 1, to understand, to make sure that we covered all the points that we are looking at. And the first viewing always has, if it's a very beautiful property, it has the wow factor. The second viewing, you will go more into details. Okay, you already been wowed, you already saw like an amazing view, whatever, big size, etc., etc. Now you look more into details. You understand more about this property in the second viewing. If we are going off plan, it's better that you go with an agent that studied your needs to the developer office twice as well, or even 3 times. Check the master plan. Check what are you buying. Check what utilities are next to your villa or to your apartment. The developers, all of them, they put that here, for example, there is telecommunication tower. Here there is DIWA hub or a building. So you need to understand all of this and to choose the best option of the availability that you are from the developer that you are buying from. And that's why because when you are going off plan, you are not paying agency fees. That's why I always advise my clients, go with an agent who has your interest first in mind, and he's not just trying to sell you from a specific developer. Because for me, I'm gonna sell you from any developer that suits your interest. But if you go to the developer alone, and I'm not saying anything wrong about developers, many of their agents are fantastic, but sometimes you might buy the property that is not 100% covering your needs, or you might have got a better option with the same developers, same master plan. If you went with, let's say, a third party, which is the agent who's working for you. Keep that in mind. Now, back to the properties that we have decided on. Let's say, if you like it, if everything is fine, and if it's a secondary market or a ready property, if you have checked the documents of the owner, which is the title deed and the passport. There is some information in the title deed, and there is like a QR code in the end of the title deed. You can verify this QR code by just type on Google, even verifying title deed Dubai. It will guide you directly to Dubai Land Department title deed verification, and you will put some information, which is title deed number, the year, and the type of the property, and then you click I'm not a robot, and it will show you the information. If it's matching, then it's verified, it's good. You can go ahead and put an offer. And if you are buying from a developer, make sure that they have the escrow account ready, which you pay not directly to the, it's connected to the developer in a way, but it protects your money that you are paying, and it's not directly going for the developer. And then make sure, again, I say, that you understood what you are buying and you understand what is the history of this developer, what's the rest of their project that they have done, and how is their reputation in the market. This information your agent should be able to provide you, and you can verify it by yourself by checking on the internet. It's very important that you are doing all of these steps and making sure that you are choosing the perfect property that suits you. Now, back into the secondary market. If you are buying from the secondary market, that your agent, before you provide the offer, should be able to provide you with a list of the transactions in that area for similar properties. It means that this list of transactions, it comes from Dubai Land Department, and it's registering exactly what's the amount that was that properties matching your property was sold for. Here you need to be careful for something, that some properties might be more expensive and some properties are less expensive than the average. Why? Some of them, they might have a pool. Some of them, they might have invested, in a pool. They made a pool in, if we are talking about villas. Some of them might have done like very nice backyard. So that increased the price, and that's why there is a higher price for the transaction. Keep that in mind, be careful for it, and always verify. You can verify by yourself anything that your agent is telling you. And now, to put it's very important point here that to put an offer to the owner, if you like the property, or if the developer, if you like what you are buying, if you consider every aspect and everything, check the mark, let's say, and you did what you need to compromise on, and what you like, you found what you like, everything is perfect, don't hesitate, please go for it. Put an offer if you are capable, if everything is fine, if you have checked with your mortgage or whatever, or your cash, all going well, put an offer and go for it directly. The offer is 10% out of the value of the property that you are buying. You write it as a check to the name of the owner, and it stays with the property and with the agency, until the transaction date, and they have to provide you with a receipt for this. Never write a check that is related to the price of the property to other than the owner, unless you get a power of attorney that this company or this person is managing this property, and he have the right to take checks on behalf of the owner. Now, after we provided the security deposit check, we should write something called Form F or MOU. This should be provided by the agency that you are dealing with. We are talking about secondary market. It's by the agency that you are dealing with. You should have all the conditions that might be that is useful for you and protects your rights and the owner rights as well. Both parties' rights has to be protected in this agreement. It's a standard agreement, but in the end there are some conditions that you can add and the buyer, as the seller, can add. When you go on off plan, it's a little bit different process. So you pay around $10,000 as a booking, which are 35,000 dirhams, 37,000 dirham as a booking, and then there will be a schedule for payments that you will pay accordingly. And after some certain amount of payments, the property transfers to you. First, they issue something called Uqud, which is like initial sales agreement, and then when the property is ready, they can issue for you the title deed if you have paid the total amount. Please always be careful, always do your homework. Properties are amazing in Dubai. There are so many options that satisfy every need and every want. If you have the budget, if you have studied your homework, go for it, don't hesitate, because I get this a lot. Many properties get sold out quickly and the buyer end up thinking, oh, I should have made it. Don't fall into this position. Always make your homework. make sure that you are dealing with a verified, proper agent who understands what they are doing, who gives you advices that you see suitable for your needs and for your family home in the end, or for your investment. Okay, and make sure that you always stay bold in what you are doing. If you like the property, again I say go for it. If you don't like, don't feel shy to tell the agent that, sorry, I don't like this property, I don't want to waste your time, thank you so much, and you move forward if for another option or with another agent. And if you have any of your family or relatives or friends buying a property, please share with them this video. Always be careful and make sure that you are choosing what is perfectly suitable for you. Market is doing amazing these days, and by the way, there is no property that lose on the long run in Dubai, but if you buy and sell in panic periods, you might lose money. But if you are buying for yourself on the long run, properties in Dubai, the history shows that they are always appreciating. Be smart about the choice of location and about the choice of the developer and the communities that you are going for, and everything will be all right. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. And if you have any questions, whether it's in Arabic, is it in English, or I can speak a little bit of Russian, please share it in the comments and I will be happy to assist you. I will speak a little bit in Arabic. حبايبنا الشباب العربي اللي عم يتابعنا وبيحبوا يتواصلوا بالعربي، انا بحكي عربي، بحكي انجليزي، وبحكي شوي روسي. اذا عندكم اي اسئله بالعربي رجاء حطوها بالكومنتات بالتعليقات وانا جاهز لاجاوب عليها بالعربي. وشكرا كثير لمتابعتكم. Thank you everyone, have a great day, and see you in the coming video. Take care, bye bye.